Hello. Um, I'm back. I'm doing it. I'm gonna start podcasting again a little bit. Sorry, I'm not good with camera eye contact, but um, this is going to be just kind of a synopsis, a little bit of my life since I've been gone. Some stuff that I am trying to focus on, and I'm a big internal processor with most of my things. So whenever I'm struggling through a thought or trying to figure out what I think or how I feel about things, I write them down. So I have prepared a message, basically, that I'm going to read first, and I probably will have some commentary along the way, but 2026, I'm changing some things. It's about time that I grow up a little bit, and yeah. So, I'm gonna call this episode the Challenge, because that's what I am about to embark on. It's not just the challenge that I'm kind of the overall. You'll understand this in a second. It's not the overall challenge that I'm giving myself, but also just like this next year, challenging myself to be finally who I'm proud of and who I want to be, and doing the things that I know I should. So, this is the challenge, and this is I guess that the year is the challenge, but it also has a challenge inside of it that's going to kind of encompass and guide my year. I need better systems in my life, and we'll get into systems in a second. But this is the challenge. I'm turning off my phone for a year. While I was out for a run recently, I was thinking about my life and how it seems to have completely fallen away from me. One step at a time, little by little, one bad decision after another, it's gone. My life is nothing like I would have expected it to be. As I was running, I started thinking about root causes. Where did all go wrong? What lifestyle what lifestyle have I allowed into my life that has transformed my life into something that I'm not proud of? I have been thinking a lot about my self-discipline issues, my attention span to focus on improving myself over long periods of time, and why I don't have constant follow-through. One key item in my life kept coming to surface is something that has not improved my life in any way meaningful, and in fact has only seemed to damage me, which is my phone. I started thinking about every way my phone has damaged me. Access to porn, inappropriate relationships through texting, life wasting, doom scrolling. I've put myself through much unnecessary pain because of the quick access my phone gave me to the world. I have destroyed friendships and my marriage because of my inability to hold my principles and have self-control. The phone has been a death trap in my life, and I'm ready to see what kind of changes will happen when it no longer has a chokehold on me. I've thought about doing something like this before, downgrading to a dumb phone, but I always came up with an excuse as to why it wouldn't work. Whether it was my job or my side hustle, or whatever it was, I found a way to put up a weak, temporary barrier to bad behavior and keep the phone around. I have decided that enough is enough, and I need to begin taking action and regain control of my life. So here are the parameters of what the next 12 months is going to look like. I'm going to have some overarching rules and some activities that I would like to incorporate with the time that I'm going to be regaining with my life. I will be calling my service provider and canceling my phone data plan and giving my phone to my dad so that I don't have it in my house. I did just learn today that I don't necessarily pay anything for data, and that it's the phone number that I pay for, and that if I want to keep my phone number, I have to keep the phone. So unfortunately, there's nothing I can cancel if I want to keep my phone number, which is a goal, but in a different kind of way. But we'll get to that in a second. So I won't fully be disconnected from the world and from my friends and family. I have my Apple Watch, which has cellular. So I won't have access to my phone. It won't be with me at all. But the phone, I guess, has to exist. It's a frustrating part of the world we live in. However, I want to do all of my cellular and texting communication through my watch, a much harder UI interface to communicate on. Where am I? I'll be using this for my calls and a little texting, as I will still need to communicate with people in my life. I'll still have my laptop and my iPad, but these things are going to be living at home, especially while I'm at work. I'll still be running my business and working on my devices, but I won't be. They won't be daily carries for me like a phone is. I got a foot cramp. Holy. I'm trying to make sure I don't just replace one device with another, and that's, I guess, the biggest part of this challenge is these other devices in my life are going to. I still have to be able to do things, but the daily minute, every second accessibility that my phone has given me is going to be no longer it's going to be a forced push away. Oh boy. So I'll still be running my business and working on my devices, but they won't be daily carries for me like my phone is. I'm trying to make sure that I don't just replace one device with another. This structure could change as well. If I still feel I'm spending too much time on my devices, I'll have to evaluate additional ways of limiting my connection through a device. Right now, I use an average of 6 to 7 hours of screen time a day. Unhealthy, time-wasting screen time. I'm currently on a challenge where I don't use YouTube or other social media for the month of December, and I have had some success with that. There's been days where it comes back and times where it doesn't, but it has dropped my screen time. I haven't had any social media for the past 2 years, so that hasn't been very hard for me to give up since that pain process has already been dealt with. YouTube was the app that I had a hard time giving up for this challenge. Since I have, my screen time has been cut in half, and I hope to keep this number under 2 to 3 hours a day. I just need to make sure that I'm being productive with my time that I spend on my devices when I'm off work. I'll be giving weekly screen time updates to see how this goes over time. So I'm not just going to be having no accountability. I want you guys to see the pictures and the videos of the screen time that I will be using on my devices, and we'll be able to walk through kind of just what I'm spending that time on. So that's going to be good. I started reading a book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. I'm sure you've probably heard of it. It's one of the best selling habit books of all time. I started reading this book just after I came with this idea of getting rid of my phone. And one of the first things he talks about is how creating good habits isn't about making large changes quickly. It's about 1% better a day over a long period of time and seeing how that change is exponential over time. It's also a lot about not setting goals for yourself, but creating better systems that you have in your life that will lead you towards better results over long periods of times instead of individual goals. I do realize that this is a large, sudden change. I feel like because I'm turning my phone off completely, there's less ability for me to backslide. And I'll be working through this book and also following the 1% better everyday philosophy to help me begin to restructure my life. But my goal with turning my phone off is to give myself just a better ground floor system to start self-improvement off of. I am overall really excited to see how this goes, and I've already been thinking about logistics of how I'm going to be able to do certain things and what I'm using other. Oh my goodness. I have already been thinking about logistics and how I'm going to be able to do certain things that I'm usually using my phone for. And I keep getting back to some bare minimums. As long as I can call someone, I'll be fine. Everything else will just take a little more time. I'm excited to be pushed to see what comes out the other side. I'm ready for change. I'm ready to become someone I appreciate and I'm proud of. It's been a long time since that was true. So that's my challenge. That's the thing that is going to guide my next year. Some of the activities that I'm going to be trying to getting into is just back to better systems for success. 1% better every day. It's going to be focusing on activity, working out, cycling. This bike doesn't see at all as nearly as many miles as it used to. It's going to be, some of the thoughts that I had was like, well, what about pictures? And so something that I think I'm going to do is just go get a Polaroid, and that's going to be my camera for the year. I do have GoPros, which is what's recording this, so I can still use that. Like, it's not going to be a total cutoff from my ability to use technology. It's just really trying to refocus my time and my energy and get my ability to focus and my time wasting, all of that just away from me. I don't think I have very much left to say about that. These are going to be my goal is to do a little podcast check-in weekly, go over challenges, things that I expect, things that I didn't expect, my system and my process for overcoming challenges that I find in my way, because there's definitely going to be some, and kind of just update on like how I deal and feel over this time. I have a feeling it's going to be a rough first month, and then I think it's going to be good. I'm excited to just learn how to be a human not reliant on other things, and just, I don't know how to really describe it, so we'll see. If you have advice, text me. I think the only real place that I have had social-ish media is going to be Strava. So that's where this first link is going to be posted. It's just going to be a Strava link, and we'll see who sees it. I don't have an Instagram to share these things on, so if you feel inclined, just share the Spotify link that comes from this, or the Apple Music link, or whatever it is. And I guess text me if you have my number, and if you don't, find someone that does. Would love any support that people have. If you're in town, let's go work out. Let's go on a run. Let's go on a walk. Let's do something. Let's connect. I don't know. I don't really know what this is going to be like or all the changes that are going to happen, but a thought that I had is that I'm ready to be like in the world. Every time I go to coffee shops, they feel disassociated from the world. They're always working on something for the most part, unless they're there to meet with someone. But I plan to read books. That's another one of my things. I want to read just like a book a month. I want to be in literature. So this is the first one. It's December 17th right now. And so I'm working my way through this. And then after that, I'll be working through the workbook that this comes with. And if you have any good book recommendations, I'll take anything. Self-improvement books, fun, easy reads, whatever it is. I'm excited to slow down my mind and read words on a page. That's something that I've always thought was really cool. And I'd like that to be an identity of mine, is someone who just reads an actual hardcover book. And in that way, I'll also get to build up a little library for myself, which is an extra benefit to that. So thank you for listening. If you have questions, text me, call me. If you have encouragement, let me know. If you have ideas on how I can make this system work better for myself, I'm already worried of the fact that I will be wasting time still watching too much TV and being on my devices when I'm home. So I need systems to help, not just replace. I want to get rid of and replace that with just positive things. So we'll see how that goes. But my goal here is to be completely honest and transparent. I'll let you know the hard weeks that I have and the good weeks that I have and where I'm struggling and what's going on. But it's time to get rid of this negative influence in my life. I was talking to someone recently about, and they were like, "You just sound really down on yourself." And I've honestly been trying to think of positive ways my phone has impacted my life. And I can't think of one. Good pictures. Whatever. I don't know. But when I think about things that made my life turn in harsh directions and things that affected other people, it's just like my inability to control. And it doesn't come down. My phone didn't make me do these things. I'm also aware of that. But my inability for my own self-control and self-discipline, the phone was just there to like give me access to that immediately. And so it needs to go. So this is day 1 of living life without a phone. And I am excited. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys in a week.